Good morning. Today I'm going to interview my father, who is a J1 migration. How did this started for you, Dad?
Well, it started back in 2018 when I first got to know that there was some experiences, some opportunities to migrate and have a J1 visa as a teacher in the United States.
Okay.
But it was not until 2022 when I got the chance to actually make an application and get this started.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So, what do you teach in the U.S.?
Well, I teach math in the United States after almost 10 years of teaching English as a second language in public schools in Mexico. I got an interview with a principal here in the United States, Dr. McCoy from Okeechobee County.
Okay.
Yeah, and we had this interview, and I said, well, I was interested in teaching Spanish as a
It's
as a
Spanish.
second language. Yeah.
So math wasn't your first option.
No, math was not even in the math. And she was the one who presented the opportunity, and she said, "Hey, Mr. Montoya, we are full with that position. That position has been covered, but what do you think about math?" And I said, "Well, I have studied math before, so how difficult could it be just teaching middle school math in the United States,
And
right?"
how difficult was it?
It was pretty difficult. It
I
was
can
not what I
imagine.
expected. It was not what I expected. For example, there was a lot of terminology and a lot of procedures that you have to make sure you understand before you stand up in front of a classroom.
Yes. How were the kids about you? Were they excited to get a teacher like you?
Well, since I have pretty mixed emotions there, because I thought that coming from a so-called exotic country, they would be excited. However, there's a lot of misinformation about international culture.
Really?
Yes.
What type of stereotypes or misinformation do you believe?
Well, as you know, I am from Sinaloa.
Yes.
And there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of stereotypes. This is a lot of propaganda.
Yes.
From music, television, radio.
We could even say cartoons for sure.
Even cartoons, indeed. Like, well, I'm not going to say names of cartoons right now. But yeah, there's a lot of misinformation, and one of my first challenges was to change that point of view.
So, are you still in Okeechobee, or did you move from that school?
Well, it was a very hard shot.
Okay.
For example, it was a very hard drink to swallow. Because my first year in the United States, I had so many issues adapting to the working culture. I couldn't figure out a lot of things because when I got here, the school year had already started. Due to different problems with documentation and a lot of things. So then there was a hurricane.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so I couldn't be here in August. So it was not until late October when I got here. So all the part of the induction was gone when I arrived. And the minute I arrived, it just took like 1 week. I just observed classrooms, and the next week I had my own classroom. So there was a lot of things I didn't know, a lot of procedures I didn't know.
Did you have a tutor, someone to help you, a mentor?
Yes, I had a mentor. She was a fantastic teacher, which I remember with a lot of with a lot of love, and her name was Ms. Moreno. She was fantastic. However, she resigned that school year because she was looking for another opportunity in teaching Spanish, teaching English as a second language, but in college. So it was a big leap for her professionally, and so she left me just stranded. But not only me; it was not a personal thing. It was her own career path over here.
So you said something about adaptations. How different is teaching in Mexico to in the U.S.? How different is it?
It is very different.
Really?
Everything's different.
Really?
In Mexico, I can say, for example, that there's not even 10% as professional as it is in the United States. Yeah.
So so you don't have to be as professional to a teacher in Mexico as you have to be in the U.S.
Let me just, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
People in Mexico, they are professional.
Yes.
But it is the institution, the one that I believe it's more serious in America. Because here, the idea is that every district, like, sometimes you have a district per city. Sometimes you have 2 districts in a big city. In a city like Miami, you have like 2 or 3 districts, the school districts.
Yes.
And each district is in charge of human resources, it's in charge of documentation, it's in charge of taking care of the schools, it's in charge of their police, their all the services for migrant kids or gifted kids or ESE. So, and there's a lot of documentation behind every single aspect of class.
Okay. So where do you teach now?
I teach in a city called La Belle. I started out in Okeechobee as
like we discussed.
as I discussed, and I stayed there for 1 school year. It was like 8 months.
Okay.
And
what happened? Why did you stop teaching there?
Well, first of all, when you go through an evaluation, and it's every year you have to have an evaluation.
Every year.
Every year you have an evaluation.
What happens in that evaluation?
So in that evaluation, there's teachers come into your classroom and they evaluate not only how you teach, but also your content, your the way that you deliver, the way that you plan your classes, your visuals, or your walls, your relationship with the students, and I know there are almost 21 different aspects that have been evaluated. They have to be evaluated when they come into a classroom.
Okay. Yeah. So, what happened in that evaluation from other teachers?
Well,
what did they see? What did they see?
Well, they have to come in. They have to check my common board, for example. If I if my teaching, for example, aligns with the standards and the contents. Also, my activities, they have to be engaging, and so many other things. So, in this case, in Okeechobee, I was not granted a second year there, which I would have loved because I didn't have the induction. However, when they say, well, you are not going to continue with us, I took it, it was very hard for me professionally. It was the first bump in my profession in so many years. So I got an opportunity to come to go back to Arizona because in the beginning I had 2 options. It was Arizona or Florida.
And you chose Florida.
Well, it was not my choice. I would have chosen Arizona, but the documentation from Florida can arrive first. So I had Okeechobee on the line until the last minute. And the moment I took the phone and said, hey, I'm going to Okeechobee, when I hung up the phone, I received the email from Arizona saying that they wanted me.
Why would you have preferred Arizona instead of Florida?
It was on the Pacific coast, so it would have been easier for me to take my family with me, my car, going back to Culiacan every semester maybe, or every long vacation, every summer. I could have taken my family, taken the car, and go back to Sinaloa in a snap. So it was closer home. So I would have chosen Arizona because of proximity to home.
Okay, so where you teach now, is it different from Okeechobee?
It is very different.
It is very different?
It is very different.
How different is it?
I have so much support from my administrators. Instead of 1 dean, we have 2 deans. We have 2 very supportive principals. One is the principal, and the other one is the assistant principal, which is very present. She's very present.
Very present.
And the principal here, he is all over the place, and he's very professional. He is a perfectionist, and I like that about him.
Okay.
He supports me 100%.
So how are the kids here? Are they excited to learn? They want to learn?
Yes. I can tell that kids here, they are 100% behind their academic goals. They want to learn, they want to work, they are motivated, they're enthusiastic. Obviously, there are some students that they are not there
as
yet.
Always.
There's
always that certain student or that certain type of student that doesn't want to learn, or only it's just not that behind their goals as the rest.
Absolutely. It is not that they don't want to learn.
It's not that.
It's not that. They want to learn. The issue is that they're not ready. Because there is something to do with maturity, and there's something also to do with having their goals straight.
Oh, I forgot to ask, what grade do you teach?
I teach 6th grade and 8th grade.
So I have
what do you teach? 4 classes of 6th grade. I have 1 Bronco block, which is...
What is a Bronco block?
I'm going to tell you in a minute. And I have 2 8th graders, 2 classes of 8th grade.
Okay.
And those 2 classes are so different.
How different are they? How is 8th grade different from 6th grade?
Oh man, where do I start? Well, for instance, right now at this moment of the year, I have 6th graders coming in, and they're practically children. They're
angels.
Children.
They're little angels.
They're little angels. Yeah. And,
are they always angels?
No. Oh. As the school year progresses, they turn into devilish 7th graders.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But why do this happen? What does this happen to 6th graders?
But it is easier to deal with 8th graders because you appeal to their example.
Oh.
They have to set the example to the younger
students. So you put the roll card of, you're the oldest, you have to do this.
You have to do this. This is something that you must know. You have to set the example to the others, to the other students from 6th grade with 7th grade. Or I always say something like, hey, you're going to high school. In high school, things are going to be different.
So you put hey, you're going to a higher grade. You need to act like you're going to a higher grade.
Yeah, absolutely.
So basically,
you have to behave accordingly.
Do you teach a certain type of math, or is it just like in general?
Right now, I'm teaching fundamental math.
Fundamental, what is that?
Fundamental math, for example, is that we have 3 different levels of classes for math.
Okay.
There are students who are in their core. So, for example, let's take 7th grade.
7th grade.
So 7th grade has 7th grade, that core. They only have 1 math class, and that's it. Then there were some students in the previous year that demonstrated proficiency. They are going to the advanced math class. And there are some other students which need certain support with fundamentals.
So
like
basically,
basics.
There's higher level.
But on this case, these students which take fundamental math is not only an easier class. No, it's not an easier class.
It's not an easier.
They have 2 math classes.
2 math classes.
2 math classes.
So
they never happen to you. But those students who are in fundamental math, for example, they have their core class with 1 teacher, and they have the fundamental class with me.
Okay. So why do they have 2 classes? Why is it necessary for them to have 2 classes?
Every year they have a test, which we call the FAST.
Oh, the Florida FAST test.
Yes.
All grades take it.
All grades take it.
Even kindergarten?
I don't know about that. I think it starts in 1st grade.
Okay.
And this test is going to evaluate them according to the standards. And they have to answer certain questions that align with the standard.
Okay.
So if they are below the standard, we need to cover those holes. We need to remediate. And that is why they have 2 math lessons.
Okay.
There is also a fundamental class for reading.
Okay. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you for having this conversation. This was Atenea Montoya, teacher in 6th grade that teaches fundamental math. Have a nice day.